And run the theme.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got real Buzz Robb on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz Crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. I am the Real Buzz Crew today. I'm Real Buzz Robb.
Yeah, I don't know why, Dick, but I just got an erection.
And the reason why I am in studio alone today is because I'm a walking biohazard. And unfortunately, last Wednesday I tested positive for COVID-19. That being said, I'm on day 5. I'm feeling much better. Days 3 through 4 were pretty bad. But we're doing this podcast via all remote today. And on the line, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks.
That's one of my favorite lines from that movie, actually. So that ends up working out. Hello, everybody, and I'm glad that you're feeling well enough to do this. Let me say it. You had us all a little freaked out.
Well, honestly, man, it's weird. The last 12 hours, I've had a major rebound. Because day 1 and 2, when I tested positive, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. I think it's going to be a mild case. And then days 3 and 4 were like, holy shit, this is the fucking most fatigue I've ever felt in my entire fucking life. And then, like, last night, I felt so terrible that I dosed myself with enough NyQuil to sleep for 12 hours. And then I woke up this morning feeling a little bit better. And then we're recording this on a Sunday at about 6:30. Now I'm feeling somewhat decent right now. I'm feeling almost normal right now. Almost.
Well, that's good. Almost normal is better than extreme fatigue, I'd say. So, it's like almost famous, but almost normal from COVID-19. So.
Yeah, the one thing I said was, if I die, make sure that cunt Cannabis Keenan doesn't show up to my funeral.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, I mean, fuck. I'll tell him if I see him, You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want no cunt at your funeral.
Yeah, if you see him, tell him.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go to your funeral anyway, man.
I wouldn't want you there, man.
Yeah, it'd be too sad for me to have to deal with,
Nah, man, but I appreciate you working with me during the time I'm a biohazard, and you're kind of doing this over the phone. It's definitely appreciated. Just because we can't leave our fans hanging,
We can't. I mean, all of Romania will be waiting if we don't deliver. And I actually just had a good idea. I don't know. Obviously, I can't see what you're doing there in the studio. I'm assuming you're being recorded, so your clothes and everything. But maybe in the empty chairs, maybe you put little Rob instead of having him hang from the ceiling. That could give you some company or something,
Well, he's a piñata, so his limbs don't move. So he could.
Well, you just stand him up on a chair or something.
You know what? Piñata Rob's happy where he is, Keenan.
All right. Well, it's just an idea, They're not all going to be winners, as they say. Just like this movie wasn't necessarily a winner, but
I think it was
pretty fucking funny, if I do say so myself.
I was happy with it. I very much enjoyed it. But just so we let the listeners know, the movie we are reviewing today is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Release date was September 21st, 1995. Directed by Kim Hinkle. Kim Hinkle before this had directed nothing. After this, Kim Hinkle also directed nothing.
Kim Hinkle sounds like a mix of Kim Anderson and Gary Pinkle, for any Mizzou fans out there, for whatever that's worth.
Or you could go with Drinkle. Drinkle. That's what we called Gary Pinkle after he got the DUI, was Drinkle.
if the shoe fits.
Yeah, well, it's true. So, all right, so we'll move on to cast. There's only 2 cast members worth mentioning on this particular film. Renee.
I beg to differ on that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll mention the 2 that I thought were worth mentioning, and then if you have others you'd like to bring up, it's all on the table. You let me know.
Well, I don't know the actor or the actress's name, but they're worth mentioning at least. They've probably done like some softcore porn. That's Barry and Heather. They had those kind of acting chops. But anyway, sorry. I know which 2 you're going to mention. Go ahead. I'll stop interrupting you.
No, you're not. You're good. All right, so Renee Zellweger is Jenny, and Matthew McConaughey is Vilmer, which is a strange name for a Texan, like tow truck driver, but whatever.
Yeah, Vilmer. Not Wilmer, but Vilmer.
Vilmer.
So I guess he was super German, maybe.
He seemed German. Like, what about him in this fucking movie was not German?
I mean, his voice wasn't German.
Nothing about him was German. Like, it's fucking, like, Vilmer was such a strange name.
Yeah, all right. Well, I can't see your body language. You told me on that you're being truthful.
We're gonna have to figure out the medium here, because now that you can't see exactly like my facial, like what my face is saying and what I'm actually saying, we're gonna have to make this work through the phone line.
The good news is we've talked on the phone for many years, so we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, a time or two.
But anyway,
Renee Zellweger, we've done her before, so I'm just gonna do 5 fun facts. We did her filmography on Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah, we've done her before.
Together in the same room with microphones on.
Yeah, Calvin was in the corner watching.
Yeah, or he was at least listening somewhere.
Yes, he was. All right, anyway, keep going.
You getting a call?
No, I'm not. You're fine. Keep going.
All right, 5 fun facts. So number one, 5 fun facts for Renee Zellweger is was in the bathroom when it was announced that she won a Golden Globe for Nurse Betty. So that was Nurse Betty was a film that she did almost directly after this film that she won a Golden Globe for, but she happened to be in the bathroom when her
name was called.
Yeah, when her award was announced.
Well, what a fun little anecdote. I wonder if she was taking a poop or a pee,
Yeah, man. Hopefully it was a number one, not a number two, because you can't really tie that off all that quickly,
That's true. And, actually, I shouldn't go there. I'm just saying Hollywood, sometimes they do other things in the bathroom besides just, relieve themselves.
Cocaine?
I'm talking about cocaine. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But I don't want to assume that, she's got a problem or anything.
You know what? I do want to try some of that cocaine.
Yeah, in the Golden Globes bathroom, you tell me you wouldn't do a rail? Come on.
All right, number 2. After graduating from University of Texas, Austin, she waitressed at a strip club before professionally acting.
What?
She was not
a waitress. So
right.
Okay.
Was not a stripper, worked in a strip club. Very different.
Yeah, well, good for her, making some money.
Number 3, she was the original choice to play Satine in Moulin Rouge before Nicole Kidman got the part.
Okay, can she sing? I feel like she's in Chicago.
She's Roxy Hart.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Nicole Kidman went on to be nominated for an Oscar for that particular role.
Biggest regret of her career. Well, no, this probably was. Anyway.
I think it's, well, actually, I get to that. Number 4, she gained 20 pounds for her role as Bridget Jones. I think that's pretty well known, though. She turned out, Bridget Jones is supposed to be kind of a fatty.
Well, and isn't in one of them she's pregnant or something? Bridget Jones' baby. Yeah, isn't that one of the movies?
We've talked about the genesis of the Bridget Jones film. Bridget Jones gets a period. Bridget Jones trims her toenails.
Bridget Jones has BD.
Bridget Jones is tested positive for COVID-19.
Yeah. Oh shit. Got it from Colin Firth.
And number 5, her, and again, I'm sorry, I know these sound random, but this is what was on IMDb for her trivia. Her golden collie named Dylan died 17 years ago.
For what?
She had a golden collie Golden. It's a dog named Dylan.
Okay.
He died 17. He died 17 years ago.
Okay. All right. I thought you said her golden colleague. I was like one of her favorite coworkers or something like that. All right, but.
Yeah, all right. Her golden colleague on this film, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. He really died 17 years ago when this movie was filmed.
All right.
I guess it was 25, but anyway.
Matthew McConaughey. Before this, we have never done him on the pod, so I'll go over his filmography. Before this, known for
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Known for Dazed and Confused and Angels in the Outfield before this. I don't remember him being in Angels in the Outfield, but he was credited on that.
I mean, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, so I whatever. But Dazed and Confused, shout out to that movie. I love that fucking movie.
I haven't seen either movie since Nam. After this, McConaughey's known for a lot of, and I didn't write down all of them. I just wrote down 17 that I thought looked good.
17? Jesus.
A lot. Known for Contact, The Wedding Planner, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Reign of Fire, Sahara, We Are Marshall, Fatal to Launch, Fool's Gold, The Lincoln Lawyer, Mud, The Dallas Buyers Club, True Detective, White Boy Rick, and Serenity. And I left
a lot of those movies are really good.
I left a bunch out.
Did you say Killer Joe and I missed it?
I didn't say Killer Joe because I didn't think that was well known enough to mention it. Gina Gershon does show her bush in like the first 5 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, it's a really weird movie. It's the only other movie that I can think of where McConaughey is just like straight up psychotic. Like, and he's not psychotic in that movie. He's just like, really weird. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess he is psychotic by the end.
That's definitely a great correlation between the two roles. The only other role I think that this, and it sounds crazy if people have watched this movie, the only other role that even comes close to correlating to this character is his Killer Joe role, for sure. Where he was like sitting down and like there's, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the actress. She's supposed to be an underage girl, and he's like, yeah, take off your clothes. Why don't you come have sex with me? It's really gross.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. Emile Hirsch is in it. I mean, it's a disturbing movie. It's worth watching. Not for this podcast, though.
Yeah, man. If you like watching Matthew McConaughey try to seduce an underage girl and you want to see Gina Gershon's bush, watch Killer Mike.
At one point, he makes Gina Gershon, he acts like a KFC chicken wing as his dick, and he makes Gina Gershon blow it, like at gunpoint or something.
Yeah, it's great.
This is a really fucked up movie.
It's great.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to Specs and Deets. Oh, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
We already did. We're not doing. I forgot about net worth, but it's all right. We've done Renee's and Matthew's is big, so we'll just move on to Specs and Deets.
Well, let's just look it up real quick.
That's true. I do have the internet on my computer. Hold on. I'll look it up.
I won't Google it.
Well, I'm trusting you not to Google it, so hold on.
I'm a man of my word.
Okay. So I just want to actually also mention while I'm doing this, spelling McConaughey is wildly difficult.
Oh, I had to learn it. I had to learn how to spell it while I was typing these notes because I kept spelling it wrong. McConaughey. McConaughey.
Matthew McCallum-Gay.
That works too.
All right. I've got it pulled up. What do you think it is, Keenan?
I will guess. I mean, he's doing Wild Turkey commercials and Lincoln commercials. He's like the director of social media or some shit for Wild Turkey now. I'm going to say he's worth $250 million.
Close, but not really close. He's worth $140 million.
Damn, that's it?
I mean, I
say that's it. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I feel like it's a lot of money.
I'd say that he's sitting just all right.
Yes, all right. Yes,
you
I like
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Well, that's surprising. 140. All right, good for him.
Specs and Deets. The runtime on this film was 87 minutes. Budget was $600,000. Opened at $28,000. Grossed $186,000, which I was kind of surprised it grossed that much. I mean, this movie was terrible. Like it actually, I mean, it obviously lost money, but $186,000. There's better movies that have made less, in my opinion.
What did you say the budget was?
$600,000.
Oh well, fuck yeah. I mean that's all right. That's not terrible then. I mean, yeah, they lost money, but yeah, I agree with you. At least people saw it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if McConaughey would think that, but the director, I'm sure, is happy. You know, Gary Pinkel or whoever directed it, like you said.
It was Gary Pinkel. This was before his head football coaching days. No, so it's funny because at this time, Zellweger and McConaughey were both repped by the same agent, and this movie didn't. Okay, so Sony had the distribution rights to this movie. And by the time Sony wanted to release it, McConaughey and Zellweger had already become bigger stars. I think Zellweger had done Jerry Maguire, and McConaughey had done another movie that he became a more established star. And their agent was like, dude, you can't release this movie. They're like, no, we spent money on it. We're going to. So eventually, the thing is, it made $186,000 not when the agent didn't want the film to be released. Like, who knows how much it would have been if they would have allowed it to be released wide like it should have been.
Yeah, okay, damn. So they tried to block it, huh?
Well, yeah,
like the agent did?
Understandably so. It's a terrible film.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they want to erase this one from the history book.
It doesn't show the acting talent of Renee Zellweger or Matthew McConaughey at all.
I will agree with that, but I will say, for Renee Zellweger, at least, when they're all in the car, and we'll get to it, but when they're all in the car at the beginning, it's like her and Barry and Heather and whoever her boyfriend is. Like, it shows that she's the only one that even halfway knows how to act, I feel like.
I agree.
Just when she's around those three, it's like, all right, I can appreciate. She's not doing that great, but at least you can tell why she's the one that went on from this movie, I guess.
Yeah, she's the only one who had a career in the car after this movie. Like, anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, sorry.
Plot keywords. Number 1, we have sequel. Number 2, we have redneck. Number 3, we have drag queen. Number 4, gore. And number 5, insurance agent.
Oh, well, I guess those all check out. The insurance. I missed what that lady did. What was her name? Darla or whatever?
That was that was the insurance agent.
Okay. Well, I guess I wasn't paying attention when they first ran up to the office, so I didn't know why she was in that office. But,
no, I'm with you. At first, I thought she was a real estate agent until I looked up plot keywords.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Just flashing whoever drives by, showing them boobies.
She did have some. She had some class A breasts, though, man. Those were nice.
Yeah, I think it was probably a tit double, though, or a boob double. Excuse me.
No way, dude.
It sounded a little graphic there.
Her face was definitely in the shot.
Oh, was it?
For sure. No, why would it matter? Why this woman never did anything else? It's not like she has like I'm not doing boob shots. Like that was definitely her.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I'll go back and you know what? Just for research purposes, I'll go back and watch that scene again.
I think we owe it to the audience to go back and research this and make sure that those breasts belong to that actress.
Yeah, we'll circle back on it next week. We'll let you guys know.
Yep. We'll do the research. We'll go back. We're doing it for you. We don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't want to, but that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, taglines. There were a bunch, and they were all really bad. Here's my favorite. This is the best one. Taglines. If looks could kill, he wouldn't need a chainsaw.
God damn. That's really bad.
That's the best.
That's really bad.
That's so good.
He wouldn't need a chainsaw. Who's that in reference to? I guess Leatherface?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was good, if looks could kill, he wouldn't need a chainsaw. Meaning, if he was good enough looking, he wouldn't need to kill you with his chainsaw.
Okay, I got you.
All right, the second one is he's back, you're dead.
Oh no, yeah, that one's not as good. That one's not. So where does this stand in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre line?
No, I don't think
I didn't look that up.
No. I don't think these are like sequels that follow each other. I think these are kind of like independent sequels. Like they don't follow a specific like trilogy or whatever. It's just they're in the same universe, I guess, but they're their own movie. What's it called? God damn it! Like American Horror Story. What do they call that? It's
like anthology things or whatever.
I think it's almost anthological. Like I think these stories are all anthological. Or it's just like they don't adhere to a certain timeline of Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. It's just they're like I think they're anthological.
Okay. Well, I guess it could have been like kind of a reboot with it being called Next Generation. Like, because didn't the original one come out in the 70s or something?
I'm telling you, man, based off of the writing in this movie in general, I don't think they wrote the title thinking it was going to be a reboot of any kind. I think they just thought that was supposed to be the title.
That was just kind of a cool title.
Yeah, there's like, oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
You know what? Star Trek The Next Generation, everyone likes that. We'll do it with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's definitely what they thought. That there was a guy who was like, dude, I just watched Star Trek Next Generation. What if we made Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation?
Sweet idea, bro. Green light it. I got $600K.
Green light it. And then there was two more taglines. One, the buzz is back, and the other one was still buzzing after all these years. All terrible. Clearly the best one was if looks could kill, he would need a chainsaw. That's actually a pretty good tagline. Keenan? God damn it, did I lose you? Definitely lost you.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Did I lose you?
Well, for a second there, you were talking, and then I just heard a whoop, and you were gone.
Yeah. I think sometimes that's cool. Just the connection got lost. I got you back now. But yeah, so there were a bunch of shitty taglines, and the best one was the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. I only heard the two. How many more were there besides that first two?
Oh, there's two other ones. There was one that said the buzz is back, and then the fourth one was still buzzing after all these years.
Yeah, those two are bad too. I get the buzz pun, chainsaw. I get what they're going for, but I don't like it.
No. It's hacky. It's not good.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we have a synopsis over the phone or no?
Yeah, we got something short and sweet.
There we go. All right. Give us your synopsis. Cannabis Keenan.
All right. For the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, there's really no good way to describe this movie other than it is a black pit on the road to an Oscar for both Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey. So fuck it. Don't be hating. And that's it. That's all I got.
Don't be.
I mean, if you have to sell your soul to the devil or Leatherface to get an Oscar, I'm sure a lot of actors would do it.
Oh, that's I like that. I kind of like that hypothesis, like that kind of conspiracy theory where you think, because both of these actors do have Oscars now. Renee Zellweger they both have Oscars for Best Actor.
Yeah. So I think that, maybe some shady stuff happened with, I don't want to speculate.
You think they sold their soul to that guy at the end who had all the piercings on his stomach, that like whatever the fuck that was about?
the belly button nipple rings or whatever, but he had multiple belly buttons. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Oh, no, we'll get into that. So I guess, but we're going to go to the Real Buzz Rundown now. But so I guess my question, Keenan, should I call Calvin or no? Because I know he didn't watch.
I mean, you could call him just to see what's up, but he definitely didn't watch this. This movie, and I think I sent it in the group chat last night. This would probably make Calvin just about as uncomfortable as any other movie that we've ever done, or any movie we could think to try to show him.
All right, I'm about to add him. You still on the phone, Keenan? Keenan? God damn it. All right, come on now.
We'll get through this eventually. We're all going to get through it together.
Yeah, it's definitely, obviously, we're not used to doing it this way, so there's going to be some technical issues. So I tried to add a call, and so as soon as I added Calvin, you couldn't hear me anymore?
Well, I don't know. I don't know when I lost you, because all I heard was, should we try to add Calvin? And then I was saying, I don't think he watched it, and then I think I lost you. So I don't know when you had tried to call him.
All right, so add a call. I would imagine saying adding a call would mean that we'd both be on like a three-way call. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, try it.
I'm try it again. I might lose you again. So if I do, I'm going to call you back. All right.
All right. I'll stay on the line.
Stay on the line. All right. So you can't hear me anymore, right? Can you hear me now, Keenan?
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck? They didn't merge the calls.
Is he on the other line?
No, he didn't answer. But, I assume he didn't answer. God damn it, this is ridiculous. All right. Let's try this with Caitlin, see if it works.
I'm Googling how to do three-way call on iPhone.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Ad call. Oh, once they're on, you can merge call.
Yeah, no, that's what I just did.
Okay.
Hold on here. Definitely gonna do some post.
Post Malone.
That guy's ugly.
Face tattoos.
This is crazy.
This would be crazy.
Huh. Well. This whole group call thing doesn't work at all. All right, whatever. Fuck him. It's going to be you and me. We'll finish this episode off. All right. Time for the Real Buzz Rundown portion of the podcast where we go over the entire film and talk about what we liked, what we disliked, what we changed, what we wouldn't change. I wouldn't change a goddamn thing about this movie. Keenan, let's start with you. What have you got?
There are a few things that I would change about this movie.
One or two.
One or two. I'll get to it, though. Well, one of the things I changed doesn't really have to do with this movie, but, so I rented it on the Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I rented on the Zon as well.
Yeah, so I when I'm searching for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it took way too long to type it out before the Next Generation popped up.
Oh, dude. I had that same problem. So I was trying to search it on the Zon with my PlayStation 4, and I had to type in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Next Generation, with those 4 directional buttons and then the X. It took so fucking long, it almost wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I was doing it with my remote. I typed out Texas, and one of the suggestions was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I went to that and clicked Texas Chainsaw Massacre, thinking that would at least fill that part out, and then I could keep going from there.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. The Next Generation wasn't in one of the 9 options for just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so I went back and it erased the whole thing. I was like, God damn it, fuck this movie. But then once you get to it and you find it, the cover of this movie is like, oh shit. McConaughey's face is just crazy as shit, and Zellweger, I don't know. It's like, I know what I'm signing up for, and I can't fucking wait.
No, honestly, I don't know. Maybe tell me if I'm crazy here or if I'm way off base. I think McConaughey's face on the cover of the whatever the title screen is, I think it screams rape.
No, I don't think you're crazy there. I think that's and then if you look at Zellweger's face, it's like, please don't rape me.
Yeah, no. I agree. I think from the other side, I think Zellweger's face on the cover also screams, "Please don't rape me." So I think there's there's a rape vibe on the cover.
Which he doesn't ever really do that. He doesn't try to rape her.
Surprisingly enough, right? Were you? So tell me honestly, were you surprised that he never once was like, "Yeah, I'm going to rape one of you"? I kind of was.
I wasn't. I mean. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it. It kind of gave me Last House on the Left vibes, I guess, where they do that shit. But the original one from the 70s, I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It's a weird fucking movie.
It's the most. It's the most successful independent film of all time.
Is it really?
Yep, it's a fact.
I accidentally bought it from the $5 bin at a Walmart one time, thinking it was the new one, and I didn't make it all the way through.
Hold on, how did you not understand that? How did you not understand that was the one from 1974 and not the one from 2004? Because the 2004 version had Jessica Biel, and that one was actually pretty fucking scary. But the original was made in 1974.
For the Last House on the Left?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My bad.
No, I'm saying the Last House on the Left. The one with Jessica Biel, I like a lot. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that one's pretty scary. Yeah,
I saw that one in theaters. But I was saying that this one kind of has the vibes of the original Last House on the Left, which is a weird fucking movie from the 70s.
Now I see what you're saying. I apologize, I misheard you. Yeah, The Last House on the Left is a fucking crazy movie. That movie.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Where they're eating guts in the middle of it and
pretty
stuff
gross.
Like that. I was
yeah.
What the fuck is this? Thinking that it was the modern one, I was like, we turned it off at that point. That was back when I was in college. But So anyway, I didn't know that this movie existed though. When you said we were going to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Zellweger and McConaughey, I was like, there's no way such a thing exists. But I'm pretty glad it fucking does.
It's very funny.
Yeah. On Amazon, when you search for it too, like the 3 categories it has is horror, suspense, and Western, which is like, it's like that elementary school test, which is like, which one of these 3 things doesn't belong? I don't think it's a Western movie at all.
No, just because Texas was in the title, they were like, "Oh, it's a Western."
Yeah, that's got to be the only thing that could have been doing it. But
did you notice the narration at the beginning? How'd you feel about that?
I don't even know if I noticed it. Oh yeah, it was like in August 1973. All that shit. It's a little excessive. I wasn't paying attention because I was like, this is going to be a ridiculous ass movie anyway. Maybe I should have paid more attention to it. Did it actually set it up pretty good?
No, it's terrible. No, the narration was awful.
It just talked about the original movie, right?
Yeah, it just talked about how there had been certain instances of shit happening between 1974 and this iteration, which was, I think, came out in 96. So it was like, oh, not much has happened in the last 20 years, but it's about to happen again.
Okay. I thought maybe the narration said, and there's a cult of nipple ring belly button having people that like to see terror.
That was different. That was like his girlfriend the whole time. Like, he works for this crazy Illuminati fucking New World Order crew that he just it was fucking crazy. Like, at first you think his girlfriend's just crazy, but then they show up, you're like, oh fuck, they really are gonna do this. Okay.
Yeah, well, I noticed at one point on the side of McConaughey's truck, it says Illuminati. And
I did not realize that.
I pointed it out. I was like, well, that's kind of funny from the 90s, the Illuminati, man. I guess people have always been saying that, huh?
Yeah, man. I guess, and the first thing I also noticed was at the beginning of the film, when they have that ultra close-up with Renee Zellweger's upper lip as she's putting on lipstick, they should have waxed her upper lip for that, man. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, you can definitely see a bunch of hair there. And the only reason why I say it is because at the end, towards the end in the scene where Leatherface is doing his lipstick, his upper lip is immaculate, not a hair to be seen.
I got to be honest with you. I didn't notice the lip hair, but I'm glad that you brought it up. Another thing to go back and watch in this movie,
Yeah. But, maybe I'm a fucking crazy person. I see weird shit.
Well, it was hard for me to recognize Zellweger at the beginning. Like, I knew she was in it, but with the glasses and stuff, at first I was like, oh, I guess that is her.
You're so much prettier without your glasses.
Yeah. You look kind of all right now. All right, but so then, as I always do, I always take a fucking random note at the beginning of the movie that doesn't end up mattering at all. But the note for this version of the movie was, isn't it kind of weird that the teacher asked if the chick and her boyfriend broke up? Like, so Heather goes out of the prom and she's like, hey, Mrs. So-and-so, have you seen Barry? And she's like, can you two break up, sweetheart? I don't know. I just thought that was fucking weird. Like, mind your business, teacher. Fuck off.
That's weird. I think the weirder part was the Tourette's girl who was trying to tell Heather not to worry about the fact that Barry was making out with someone behind a pillar, outside of the high school. I don't know if this actress actually had Tourette's or if she was trying to portray someone who did have Tourette's, but she had a bad stutter. She had really weird tics, and I don't know. Do you know the character I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was really fucking weird. She was like pulling her hair out a little bit. It's like she was fiending for another hit of the crack pipe or something almost.
Yeah, so, and it was just weird to just have for a one scene. If that was going to be a character who had a whole character arc throughout the film, I could see why you want to establish the fact that she had strange, like a Tourette syndrome of some kind. But this girl was in the movie for approximately 17 seconds. And then she had these weird tics, and she's like, what the, and it's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. Well, good thing that for that chick, she didn't get in the car. She's probably too paranoid, waiting on her crack dealer or something, Yeah. Unless she had Tourette's, so that shouldn't be making fun of her. But
yeah, I want
seemed like somebody that was seen it,
I think we should let the record show that Keenan and I are not making fun of this person, this actress, if she actually has Tourette's and that's how she acted. But if she was portraying a person with Tourette's or any kind of other disability, I'm going to make fun of her.
There you go. Whatever. But once Heather goes and finds Barry making out with the chick behind the pole, And then they get in the car, and Barry's like yelling at her, and he's like, God, I just kissed her once. Jesus, he's like so possessive. It's like I can't even hang out with my friends anymore.
Yeah,
like man, that's not a good excuse for anything that you're saying.
No, just to give listeners more context, there was a girl who had been shouting out, Barry is her boyfriend. They're at the prom. She's looking for her boyfriend, Barry. She's like, Barry? Has anyone seen Barry? Barry!
Yeah.
And then Barry is 5 feet away from her behind a pillar, making out with another girl. I don't know how he doesn't hear her shouting, does anyone know where Barry is? But then she comes back and she sees Barry kissing another chick. She's like, Barry, you son of a bitch! And then Barry's just like, what? I didn't do anything. What? Oh, I can't hang out with my friends? What?
Whatever. Oh, it turns out my dad's a doctor, and he says that if I didn't make out with her, I was gonna die because my penis was hard.
He's Barry. I saw you kissing her. Oh, Jesus Christ! You're so fucking clingy. I can't even hang out with my friends. Like, no, dude, you were kissing another girl. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane. It's funny because Renee Zellweger kept being like, he's lying to you. That's just a lie. Like, shut up, Jenny. You're such an ugly bitch. Like, whoa, man.
He goes, hey,
calm down,
fuck you,
Barry.
Jenny. My dad's a doctor, and my dad's a doctor, and he says if you don't have sex, you can get prostate cancer.
Yeah, but then the guy in the back seat's like, well, I known you in elementary school, and you used to say your dad was a doctor so you could feel up on chicks' boobs.
Yeah, and then he admitted and he did that. He was like, yeah, all right, so I lied to girls. I told them my dad was a doctor so I could feel them up because I was like, hey, you better let me fill you up because I have to feel if you have breast cancer or not. Like, this guy, Barry, was, in fact, a gaslighter and a sexual predator.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because then later on it's revealed that he said, or well, I guess it's not revealed. He just ends up telling the EW guy or whatever. He's like, my dad's a lawyer. So, he's just making shit up all the time.
No, his dad's job changes depending on what problem he needs to get out of. If he wants to feel up a girl, his dad's a doctor. If he wants to get out of being kidnapped, his dad's a lawyer. So who knows what Barry's dad actually does? I don't. Who knows if Barry even has a dad?
Well, that's probably what the deal is. He's still waiting for his dad to come home. He went out to get milk and cigarettes one time, and he never came back. So really, we should feel bad for Barry, probably.
Yeah, it is fucked up that he felt up chicks under false pretenses. He was just like, hey, I just want to make sure you don't have cancer, so can I fucking feel your tits?
Yeah. Well, I guess my next note after that is I'm ready for Barry to die. So I guess I didn't care too much about that guy.
No, Barry sucks ass. And the best part about Barry is, like, so after they get into the car accident and then Heather is taken back to the, I don't know what you call that house, house full of crazy trash and dead animal corpses and human corpses. And he gets kidnapped. So he's held at gunpoint by this fucking, I don't know. He's a redneck philosophical fan. Like, he starts.
Yeah, he's a well-read redneck.
Yeah, he's a well-read redneck. He's holding him at gunpoint. He's like, you get inside. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you don't want to do this. I'm trying to find Heather. Like, if you do this, it's kidnapping. He goes, I'm going to kill you. You get inside, motherfucker. And he's like, okay, I have to use your bathroom anyway.
Yeah. Then he goes inside, and you think I don't know, like, that's such a bullshit line. But then he walks through the house, and there's, like, fucking bodysuits and all this, like, skin. Like, at one point, there's a nipple that you just see on the wall. He's just walking through, and he takes a piss, man. He actually just had to use the bathroom, I guess.
Well, no, so I didn't have a problem with him wanting to use the bathroom. My question was, like, he was searching so hard for the bathroom. He's like, I can't just piss anywhere. This house. He was acting like the house was immaculately clean. There was literal animal body parts, trash, and whatever else on the floor. And he's like, I gotta find the bathroom. I can't just piss anywhere. You could have. The whole house is a bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, he's I guess his dad that disappeared from him, taught him to treat houses.
You know what?
Nice.
You know what? My dad's a plumber, and he would tell you that this is not. Sorry.
Yeah. My dad's Mario. That's a stupid joke anyway. You know what this movie's like? It's like the full-length version of that Geico commercial, where she's like, why don't we just get in a random car?
Hold on, what?
You don't know what I'm talking about? That Geico commercial that they play around Halloween? It's on now. I saw it during the Chiefs game today. Where, all right, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
No. I think I might have misheard you. I probably do know the commercial, but say it again.
It's like the Geico commercial for Halloween where it's like the 4 people that are being chased and they're like, well, why don't we go in the shed? Why don't we do this? It's like, why don't we just get in the running car?
Right. Yeah, yes, that makes sense. Where it's like, no, let's go into the shed with all the hanging chains and the sharp stuff that can kill us. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's what this movie's like, especially when the 4 friends, I guess Heather, Barry, whatever the one dude's name is, and Renee Zellweger are all running away. That's what I kept thinking of.
So let's talk about the one dude that was Renee Zellweger's boyfriend. I'll put in quotes. She says it's her boyfriend, but that guy was in the movie for approximately 11 to 12 minutes. And I think we need so McConaughey picked him up and then threw him out of his truck and then ran over him conservatively 11 times.
Yeah, at least 11 times, I'd say. He just kept running over that bastard.
Yeah, so he went. So this kid was on the gravel. He backed over him, ran over him, backed over him, ran over him, and I think he was probably by the 7th time. He was like, "Oh, I think I got him that time." It's like, what the fuck, dude? You ran over him 7 times. He's been dead forever.
But then whenever he makes Renee Zellweger look, because then Renee Zellweger gets picked up by him or whatever, and he's like, oh, you don't be scared, look at the back of the truck. I mean, that didn't look like a body that had been ran over 7 times. Not that I know what a body that would look like that. I just imagine that,
So that's not the crazy thing I took away from that scene. The crazy thing I took away from that scene was Renee Zellweger's reaction to the fact that she had seen her boyfriend mangled in the back of his truck. She just goes, oh God. It's like she said oh God, like if you opened your fucking lunch pail and your sandwich was moldy. It wasn't like he was crazy. Like she's like, she was more disgusted than concerned about the fact that her boyfriend was dead in the back of that truck.
Yeah. She I don't know. She should have been much more alarmed.
Yeah.
And what was with the other guy I thought that the guy that ran into them was going to be part of it. Like he runs them off the road, acts like he's dead, so that way they stay around. But McConaughey just snapped that fucking dude, and just turns out, I guess, bad luck, with a car wreck, huh?
This boy is dead. It's like, no, sir, he was talking just a couple seconds ago. Then he snaps his neck. He's like, okay, well, now the fucking guy's dead.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Let's just run the fuck away at that point. Guess it wouldn't have mattered, though. McConaughey in the truck.
So we should talk about Matthew McConaughey's cyborg leg. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, I wrote that down too. It never really gets explained, does it? His hydraulic leg. Yeah, no,
it's not just that it's a hydraulic leg. It's the fact that there is 17 remotes to his hydraulic leg. What is that about?
Right. Why are my batteries not charged?
Why do you have 17 remotes to this fucking cyborg? And he has a whole rig around his fucking waist going like, what is happening? What happened to him? Who gave him this rig? What is happening?
Yeah, I kept expecting someone to kick off that white fucking, I don't know, cord or whatever. And he had the big white, I don't know what that tube is called or whatever.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
around
about.
The back and it's super elaborate. It's like, why don't you just kick that off? That's probably helping with the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, kick that off. Maybe he can't walk.
You're saying why don't they do what Robin did to Bane at the end of Batman Forever, where they kick off the tube on the back of his head and everything just spills out and he shrinks?
I guess Batman and Robin hadn't came out for another year or two. So
this was Batman.
They didn't get the idea.
It was Batman and Robin. It was Batman and Robin. You're right.
Yeah. I think so, with Mr. Freeze, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's also weird because Matthew McConaughey was fucking doing some insane shit and finding these people, running them down with his truck, and then this fucking guy's like, "Please, mister, you're scaring me." It's like, dude, he just snapped a neck of a man you've never met who was in a car accident with you. What do you mean? That's what you're saying to him? Please, mister, you're scaring me.
Yeah, please don't, mister. Yeah, I think you're already fucked at that point, Yeah,
I'm way past Mr. You're scaring me. I'm clearly he's going to murder me. So I'm hey, I would say, hey, mister, please don't murder me.
Yeah. should have jumped out of the truck like Zellweger did, but whatever. I don't know.
Well,
Ran into the trees. Didn't work for her.
There's a reason Zellweger's an Oscar winner, and that fucking kid is not.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's see. What else do I have? You already kind of talked about the redneck. What we call him? The well-read redneck.
Yeah.
But the first time that I wrote down
philosophy
the quote,
fan.
Yeah, I wrote down the quote he had because he just pops up with a shotgun and like fucking moves his leg against the floor. He's like, "I propose to fight it out on this line if it takes all summer. That's your least success grant if you don't know, you moron."
Yeah.
And Barry's just like, I don't know. Heather's around. It's like, what the fuck is going on at this point?
He was quoting Grant to Barry, and he also, throughout the film, quotes Voltaire, Shakespeare, Emerson, and Machiavelli.
Yeah, it calls him, that's Billy Shakespeare for you.
That's Billy Shakespeare.
Shut the fuck up, man. Yeah. And then, speaking of the well-read redneck, what's up when they're at the family dinner and there's all the people that look like they're dead and stuff or whatever already?
And that one guy isn't dead.
Yeah. Then the one random old guy just stands up with a knife and walks away. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
No, that was the best. I was like, I literally thought that guy was like a practical dummy that was used in the film. And when he got up, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that definitely threw me for a loop. And I guess all the other people were dead though, because none of them got up.
Yeah, no, I think those were all practical dummies. Other than that guy, his skin was so gray and he looked like a dummy. When he got up, I was super surprised.
Yeah, it looked like a dummy. It turns out he was actually really smart. You get it? You get it? The boos are really good on the over the phone.
Over the phone.
That was timed out really well. I like that. Let's see what else I have.
Hold on. We're past Barry. I want to talk about Barry for one more second. So
okay.
I remember when Barry is talking to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is talking about Renee Zellweger's character, and Barry's like, "Oh, dude, Jenny, she's a dog." And then his girlfriend's like, "Yeah, but I've seen her naked in gym class. She has a body to die for." And then Barry's like, "Really?"
Yeah. Well, I think it's in that same conversation that she says something like, "I'm just a bitch, just like my mom is. So fuck you," or whatever. It's like, what is...
Dude, she rambles about, she goes on a monologue that makes no sense for that.
I'm not really stupid. I just act that way,
No, I want to be like, no, you're really stupid. She's absolutely 100% really stupid.
Yeah. I did write down at one point, I guess it's when her and Barry go off on the side road by themselves, like in the middle of the dark, like, I don't know. And she's like, "Barry, no, we could get arrested for trespassing." Like, why is that your biggest concern right now?
She's making up scenarios the entire time. She's like, "We're going to be out in the woods and someone's going to murder us with a knife."
Yeah. Well, she calls out. She's like, "What if we all got in a car wreck?"
And then they get in the car wreck.
In the car wreck, And then they do all die, except for Zellweger, I guess. But yeah. I don't know what the deal is with Barry, man. That guy, that actor, I don't know. There's probably a reason I haven't seen him in anything else. But anytime he delivered a line, I was laughing.
That was the best.
Hats off to him.
Do you remember how Barry died? Because I don't.
No, so I watched it with Sam, and both of us about 30 minutes. So what happens is Leatherface. Well, I guess let's bring up Leatherface now, right? He's just screaming his fucking mind out the entire goddamn movie. Yeah. And that got annoying as shit. Definitely, I feel like if he wasn't screaming, it might have been scarier. It still wouldn't have been scary, I don't think, but it would have been scarier.
It's not only the least scary version of Leatherface. I think it's the first iteration of Leatherface where he is a cross-dresser and might be transgender. I think he might. I don't know. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
He's wearing an old grandma's mask and wig the entire time, going.
But he chases down Heather and throws her in the deep freeze, right? And then somehow after Barry gets out of the bathroom, he like grabs Barry and he's like goes to put him in the deep freeze. And Heather gets out, and then he like hits Barry with what looks like an axe, but it's like you don't see any blood, and it's not like they're afraid to show blood in this movie. It didn't seem like so. Barry just kind of drops to the ground, and I think that's the last you see of Barry. He just got knocked out on the head, hit unconscious. Have to assume he died.
That seems about right for this movie. It just like Barry
Yeah,
might be
you know
dead, but we don't know.
Yeah, you know what? You guys feel like taking a smoke break or figuring out how Barry died? Let's have a smoke break.
For the record, though, I am full on 100% all in on for the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre having Barry come back exactly as his character is, but in 2020. I think that would be fantastic.
He just wakes up in the fucking deep freeze.
Yeah, he just wakes up. He's like, "Hey, baby, my dad's a doctor. I need to feel your tits."
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: Return of Barry.
Oh, no. Better idea. We do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre themed porn, and we have that same character Barry come back in. That would make so much money. Keenan, we have to produce this. We have to do it. We have to direct and produce this.
Do you think it would make more money than the actual movie did?
No.
I mean, that's only 180K. It's not too bad.
No, I know. Like, I just don't think this movie has enough clout. If it were more of a cult classic and Barry was more of a well-known cult classic character, I think that porno could make millions. Unfortunately, I don't think enough people know about this movie.
Yeah, I think you're right. But more people should know about this fucking movie. I'm doing everything I can, I guess. We're telling it from the mountain. We're out there on the internet. We're telling all of Romania that let's watch this movie right now. So we're doing our part.
So I have a weird thing written down. I don't know why I wrote this down. I think I was fairly drunk when I was taking this note, but it said, "Who do you think Leatherface would vote for next month?"
Oh, I don't think Leatherface would make it to the polling booth.
I don't either. Just knowing what I've seen about Leatherface in this movie, I don't think I can identify a political affiliation that he has. I have no idea. He'd vote for.
Yeah, he'd ride in. I don't know how he'd spell that, but that's his problem, not mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck. I already, what's with the screaming and Leatherface? Not cool. At one point I wrote down, this movie just has a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Just like bricks and loud noises.
No, it is. It's you're right. There's a lot of scenes where, like Matthew McConaughey, even like once Leatherface starts screaming, everyone starts screaming, and it's overwhelming. And you're like, there's no reason why they should be screaming. It's very strange.
Yeah. I guess the director was just like, all right, if one of you screams, I want everybody else to start screaming. All right, that's what we got to do. It's gonna be good. And it turns out it wasn't good. That's why it only made 180. But whatever. Let's see where. Oh, when Darla finds, it turns out Darla is working with Matthew McConaughey, and she's trapping him off, and she's driving back. She gets the pizza. And she sees that somehow Heather has gotten off the meat hook, which is never explained either.
Never explained how she got off the meat hook and is crawling down the road. Never explained.
Yeah, never explained. But then she gets out, and she's like, oh, and she's going to knock her out and, like, hits her very softly with the stick. I don't know. That was fucking hilarious.
No, she just goes, don't hit me. And she's like, all right, fine, I won't. And then she just leaves her there. It's very strange.
Yeah. Don't go crawling off too far or whatever, yeah. Let's see. All right. Well, this note says McConaughey drinking that beer in the kitchen looks like me every St. Patrick's Day.
When he just
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
when Renee Zellweger's pointing a shotgun at him and he just manically grabs a beer out of the fridge and just starts guzzling it. Like, it's very weird.
The most obnoxious way that you can guzzle it.
Oh yeah.
And then throughout, so at this point, Darla shows up. She's got the 3 pizzas. Did you notice that the pizza just she kept saying, don't let the pizza get cold. And then when the Illuminati guy shows up, he picks up a slice of pizza. Like, pizza should have been one of the plot keywords of this movie because it plays a large role in it.
So the problem I had with the pizza was when she was handed all of the pizza boxes, she'd order 3 mediums and 1 large, yet all of the boxes were the same size.
Hey, that would have bothered me had I noticed that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's picking nits. But
I thought it was, well, what are you going to say about when she's there picking up the pizzas?
No, I wasn't. Please, go ahead.
Well, she's tells the guy, I've got somebody in the back of my truck or in my trunk. Do you want to see? And he's like, I better not. We get in trouble if we leave the booth. And then a cop pulls up. I don't know. I thought that whole fucking thing was weird.
Yeah, that whole thing is insane because she's literally going through a fast food drive-through. She has a living human being in the back of her trunk. She goes back, opens it. She's telling the living human being to shut the fuck up while the cops are right behind her. And the cops are like, well, hey there, pretty lady.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to do it.
That being
And
said,
then
she is a pretty lady, and she does have great cans.
She does have great cans. Talent.
Yeah, what did I say?
That's what I heard you say. I was disagreeing with you. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought that whole thing was weird. And the police officer just being like, what's in your trunk? And her being like, And he's just like, well, I guess, all right, fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, she just...
I wish I could get away with doing that.
Yeah,
but I don't have great cans.
Yeah,
talent.
Well, no, you do have great talent, but you don't have great cans.
Yeah, no. I got good hands.
Hands?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. They're not all going to be winners.
I like the fact that when they get back to the house and the girl with the great cans, like Matthew McConaughey slaps the shit out of her, and she's like, "How dare you? We have company!" Like she's upset about the fact that he slapped the shit out of her because there's company here, not because he slapped the shit out of her.
Dude, he was beating the shit out of her. Like throughout the movie, anytime he'd get frustrated, he would just be like, "Hey, where's Charlotte? Hey, come here!" It was ridiculous.
No, and that goes back to Renee Zellweger too. Whatever she was paid, it wasn't enough. Between random guys licking the fuck out of her face and Matthew McConaughey shoving his hand in her mouth, she wasn't paid enough. This was awful.
Oh yeah. Well, she got an Oscar. Like we said, this was her deal with the devil to get an Oscar.
But you remember,
you got to suck McConaughey's hand too for a little bit.
You remember when McConaughey was shoving both? He was like fish hooking her, like in it. It's like, oh, yeah. Dude, what are you doing?
Well, he had a big thing. Every time he pointed, he took both of his fingers, like spread them out like a V or whatever. You know, he was like pointing with his two fingers, like his pointer and his middle finger. I don't know if you noticed that, but
no, I did.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. And did you notice that he did say, all right, all right, all right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I about lost my shit when he said that.
Yep, that was the second time he did that in cinematic history.
That was the second time?
Yeah, the first time was in Dazed and Confused.
Okay. And then he's done it several more times now, I feel like.
Of course.
Yeah, now it's a trademark, you got to say it.
So did you notice it was weird at the end when Mr. and Mrs. Spottish were driving their RV down the road? Then they're just bringing roadies up to he's like, hey, here's your road blood Mary. And like they're just bringing roadies up. And then it was insane. And they kept referring to each other as Mr. and Mrs. Spottish, even during times of turmoil. It was wildly strange.
Yeah, and they acted so casually about fucking, don't stop. All right. And she's opening the door. Get in, baby, get in. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like step on it, Mr. Spottish. It's like, what? Why are you calling him that? Like, you guys are married. What? Just call him by his first name.
Yeah, call him Jim or something, But maybe that's, that's their love. That's what they do with each other, I guess. But then they die, I guess, because they flip over that fucking thing. No way, those old bastards survived that fall.
I don't think it's definitively known that they die. I think their RV flips over.
Well, if Caitlin, if we could have figured out the three-way call, she would say, old people like that, RV wrecks, chances are slim.
Caitlin's going to be so mad I couldn't figure out this three-way call situation because she watched this whole movie and she hated it, and she doesn't even get a chance to actually, voice
You can call her back after you get done with me. Before you end the podcast.
I could give it a shot. But all right, so do you have anything else? Because let's do tipsy trivia and stuff, and I can call her at the end. All right?
All right, yeah, that sounds good. All I want to bring up just one more time is the fucking guy's nipple belly button rings.
What was that?
No.
We need to talk about that because
it was like 3 squares on his belly button with fucking big ass gold rings that he makes her lick or suck on or something.
Yeah, the crazy part is that was supposed to explain something. It was just like, oh, hey, like the big reveal is this guy who shows up in a limousine has 4 piercings on his stomach, and he's a part of some kind of Illuminati New World Order, like fucking, I don't know, man.
He just wanted McConaughey to terrify people.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. He was like, "What have I told you? What did I tell you you're supposed to do here? You're supposed to terrify. You're supposed to bring horror to people." It's like, what? What do you? Why?
Like he brought the horror to the people.
But why?
He was freaked out.
What was?
Yeah, I don't know why.
So what's the New World Order's motivation here for making McConaughey bring chaos to this small town in Texas? What's the end game?
It would have made more sense if it would have been like the cabin in the woods type situation.
Yes, I agree. So, and this reminds me kind of a podcast we recorded, almost a year ago, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Remember how that ending happened?
Yeah.
This ending reminds me of that ending.
Yeah, I did write down what the hell is with the end of this movie. It's fucking weird, man.
I think this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah. So overall, though, all that being said, very unintentionally funny. I highly recommend you watch this movie.
I was going to ask you, would you recommend it? And I, too, recommend that you watch this movie. That's you.
Yeah.
You watch this movie. I'm pointing at the cameras.
I thought you were telling me. I already watched it.
No, you already watched it.
it.
I already made you watch it. All right, we're going to do it now.
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
Close? Was it close?
I don't know, but it sounded so good on the phone, like over the phone. I love that. All right, let's party.
All right, portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. Fuck it, we're online. Doesn't matter. We're both getting up shotgunning. You have a beer, right?
Well, I got a lot of margaritas.
All right, that'll work. So, needless to say, there wasn't a ton of trivia for this film, so they're all true-false questions. Okay.
Ooh, I like it. 50-50 shot every time.
50-50 every time. Number 1, true or false, Renee Zellweger is on record saying she has no shame about this movie.
Ooh, false.
It's true. It was her first role, and she was grateful to get it.
But she's shameful about it?
No. She has no shame.
Oh, so she's on record. Okay. Yeah, God damn it. All right. That's fair. All right.
Number 2, true or false, this is the first feature film Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger had starred in together.
False.
It is false. Why is it false?
She's in Dazed and Confused.
She is in Dazed and Confused. Good call.
I love that
Kenya.
movie. I love that movie.
She has a very, very small role in Dazed and Confused.
No, she's just like in the background.
Yeah, she's in the back of a truck in one scene. Number 3, true.
When they're hazing.
Yes.
I think.
No. It's back when they're drinking up in that hill area where they're drinking. Anyway, irrelevant.
Anyway.
Number 3, true or false, this is the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where Leatherface doesn't kill someone with a chain. Sorry, I'll rephrase again. This is the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where Leatherface doesn't kill someone with a chainsaw.
True.
It is true.
All right.
The only film where Leatherface doesn't murder someone with a chainsaw. Number 4.
Yeah, because he doesn't really do shit in this movie. He doesn't
do shit. He just has a chainsaw and goes, "Ooh!" That's all he does. Jesus, he's worthless. He's worthless in this movie.
Yeah, he's pretty worthless.
All right, number 4.
My brother wants a new face.
He's sick of the old one. He's sick of this old broad. He wants to have a new broad's face.
Yeah.
Number 4, true or false, Renee Zellweger was nominated for a Razzie for the role of Jenny in this film.
Oh. I would hope false because there's worse actresses in the movie. So I'm going to say false.
Your logic is bullshit, but it is false. I mean, the other actresses aren't... they're not in a position to be nominated for worst actress. It's supposed to be the main actress in the film.
Oh, okay. All right.
You are right, but your logic was stupid.
Whatever. I'll take it.
All right. Number 5, true or false, Matthew McConaughey pitched a rape scene involving Zellweger, but the director rebuffed it.
I guess true.
No, it's false. I made that up.
Well, based on, I thought that's why you brought it up earlier. And
no,
you didn't
I did,
You
but
planted that one.
I was planting the seed.
You did that. You played me well on that one.
I did.
All right. Well,
All right, so
there you go.
would you get 3 of the 5?
I got 3 of the 5, man.
3 of the 5.
I'll take a big drink so you can hear it. Hold on. I'm jiggling it. You hear it? It's the margarita.
I hear it. So do the fans.
I took a big old sip.
Drinking buddies.
Moving on.
Who's your drinking buddy for this film?
Do I have to have one?
Sure.
I guess Barry. No,
Barry was my choice. I would love to fucking drink with Barry. He's such a piece of shit. It'd be so much fun.
He's a huge piece of shit.
Oh my god, it'd be so much fun though.
Yeah, I don't. Oh,
just indulge your worst ideas and feelings ever. Just be like, there's nothing you couldn't say around that guy where you would feel bad about.
That's true. Yeah, and when it comes down to it, I'd rather be with the fucking pervy wire guy than with a couple murderers. So I'll go with Barry too.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of options here, right? It's either one of the broads, Barry.
One of the broads. I guess I go with Renee Zellweger. Yeah, I'll pick her. I try not to pick the main character though. So.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, were you gonna drink with Matthew McConaughey? And you know what? I'll take it. I didn't know it. I will drink with Matthew McConaughey's girlfriend. It's risky, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
It's risky business, but yeah, worth a shot. Worth a shot for sure.
Worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
All right, now we're gonna do Rotten Tomatoes over under. I will set the critics over under at a 10%.
Over.
Over 14%. I will set the audience at a 25%.
I hope over.
Under 18%. And the IMDb was...
Oh, isn't it like 3.4 or something?
3.3.
3.3. Yeah, it might be one of the lowest rated movies I've ever watched.
It's definitely the lowest rated movie we've done on this podcast, undoubtedly.
Yeah, but it's worth watching. It's bad in a good way, I think. You'll laugh. Get drunk. You'll laugh.
All right, well, Keen, let me get off the phone with you. I feel bad because I made Caitlin watch this, so I'm going to give her a call and see if she picks up and see what she has to say.
All right, well, hey, thank you all for listening. And let me say, Rob, I hope you get to feeling better. Just keep resting up. Keep your distance away from folks. But, hope to be back in the studio sometime soon.
Suck my dick.
I don't know what that said. I missed that.
It said suck my dick. It's fine. I love you, brother. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon.
God damn it. Here's a heartfelt place. You know what? Fuck you. I love you. I'll talk to you.
All right. Talk to you then, brother. All right. We'll see if we can't give Caitlin a call now. Oh, lots of text. Let's see if we can make this work. Nope. That's Keenan again. Don't need to do that. All right, we'll see if she picks up. If she doesn't, we'll just cut this out of the episode.
Hello?
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 Hey, Kate. Sorry it took us so long to call. I couldn't figure out the multiple call thing on the iPhone, so we did the whole episode, but I know you watched it, and I wanted to get your take on it because I made you watch this. So I want to make sure that you have a say here.
Oh, boy, did you make me watch something truly atrocious.
It wasn't atrocious. I mean, it was, but it was great. It was funny.
Ellie is also going to give her thoughts, so if you hear her in the background, my apologies.
Well, I think it's okay if there's a child that has noise on the podcast. It'll be fine.
I think she understands how awful it was. Yeah?
Did Ellie watch this with you?
Heck no, I wouldn't let her watch something this gory. She's an infant.
It wasn't very gory.
How bad it was. You're right, it was not as gory as I thought for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah. No, it was. Oh, I just heard her. No, I mean there were no people massacred by chainsaws. That's Ellie again.
There were no people massacred by chainsaws, which was the saddest part of the movie for me, I think. Renee Zellweger's character got real annoying. I would have loved to see her massacred by a chainsaw.
I feel like she was the least annoying character of all the characters in the film. You had
They were all annoying. They were all very annoying.
Yeah, but like Barry was cool, right? I really liked Barry. I think he was my favorite character.
Barry. The jerk boyfriend from the beginning.
Oh yeah, the guy who's he was just being a guy. It was no big deal.
Making out with other chicks at prom.
Yeah, stop, smothering him. Let him hang out with his friends.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yes, makes out with another girl in front of his date.
Caitlin, he wasn't doing anything. You know what? And if you
just kissing, it wasn't anything.
You broads just smother all of us. We can't even hang out with our friends.
This is why we can't vote.
Exactly.
Beat you to it.
God.
All right. So my thoughts on the movie. Overall, lackluster plot. I could tell from the very beginning that the one chick was working with the bad guys.
Well, of course.
When she called Vilmer instead of the police.
Yeah, so why is this guy's name Vilmer? He doesn't have a lot of German heritage from what I could see.
Well, he's in the Illuminati, so really his name could be anything.
He did have that dope bionic leg. That was cool. With 17
Yeah, that crushed that girl's skull.
Yeah.
Brains everywhere, I'm sure. It was a mess to clean up.
Well, I mean, based off of that house, I don't think they cleaned up anything.
That's accurate. But anyways, I found the Illuminati references very fascinating. The record truck had Illuminati written on the side of it.
Yeah, Keenan said that too. I did not notice that. So I guess so that Illuminati was a big theme. So the guy who came in at the end when he unbuttoned his shirt and had like the 4 piercings just straight above his belt.
And like the weird scarification. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Well, no, I guess he was like the leader of the Illuminati.
Yeah, but then he went and licked Renee Zellweger's face and then picked her up and just was like, do you want to go to a hospital, the police station?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Like what?
Mentioned that to Keenan too. I don't think Renee Zellweger was paid enough for this for 2 reasons. Because between Matthew McConaughey sticking his fucking fingers in her mouth and this guy licking her, like, oh, dude, she was not paid enough. That was, I mean, I get it was her first job, but Jesus Christ, that was awful. They didn't pay her enough.
It wasn't her first job, was it?
No, I don't know. I remember her reading her saying like she was thankful to have the gig and like it was one of her first jobs.
Wasn't Dazed and Confused her first job?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say. I don't think she's technically credited on that. I mean, she's an extra.
Probably not.
She's an extra.
That's true. But I thought everyone's acting was terrible.
Accurate.
Except for Matthew McConaughey.
What?
He acted like a straight up crazy person.
Yeah.
No, great.
Lots of screaming. Lots of that. There were just random scenes where McConaughey and they would just start screaming, and then there was that weird guy who was like a redneck, but who subscribed to a lot of philosophy. It was very strange.
Yeah, he was weird. One of my favorite parts of the movie is the redneck philosophizer talking to the guy at the end of the table who very obviously looks dead, and then he gets up with a knife later in the scene.
Yeah, that freaked me out. We talked about it too. Like,
I'm like,
I for sure
that guy was definitely dead.
I for sure thought that guy was like just like a wax body that was sitting in a chair, and he just gets up and you're like, what?
Yeah. And then he doesn't do anything. It's also unnecessary.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other dead people at the table.
Well, but a lot like a lot of other things in this film, they happen, but it's not necessary and it doesn't make sense and it's never explained. This man just gets up. His skin is conservatively
green.
Yeah, green. Yeah. And he picks up a knife and just walks away. It's almost like it's what you would see if you were walking through a haunted house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I texted you guys, the only part I found funny was when Matthew McConaughey. Yes, I know. It wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, Ellie thinks that your take on this movie is bullshit, clearly.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Anyways, like I texted you guys, the only part I thought was funny was when Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey were fighting over the remotes, like had 2 remotes for the robotic leg, and it sounded like my dog's squeaky toy.
Yeah, I also found it strange. Wait, so in this world, he has a bionic leg that's controlled by
a remote,
television.
Like remote.
Yeah, television remotes. That's why it just. But I mean, you got to program television remotes for different TVs. How is this leg? I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Who was the lady at the end she was staring at that was getting journeyed down the
I
hallway?
had that same question. I don't know. It didn't look like anyone that I knew. Maybe it was from a different TCM movie that I'm not familiar with.
The first one, maybe? I don't know.
Perhaps. The first one came out in 1974. Did you know it's the most successful independent film of all time?
I did not.
It's true.
Was it more gory? Did it have a better plot?
I haven't seen it in so long. I don't. No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, then I don't know how.
I don't know. I mean, like if you watch like Halloween back in the day, that was an independent film too. I don't know why. Halloween's a much better horror movie. I'm not sure why that was.
Yeah, so that's not plot.
Yeah. Well, maybe
And it's kind of scary.
maybe the first one had a plot.
dumb. Remember at the end when Leatherface is just spinning in a circle with the chainsaw, just revving it repeatedly? Why?
I'm sorry. You mean when he's dancing? When he's doing a choreographed dance with his chainsaw?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Spinning in a circle.
Yeah.
No, it was stupid.
I mean, no, it was. I'm not saying it was. I think, given the contents of the rest of the film, I thought it fit, but I wasn't like, this is great.
Anyways, I give this movie 0.5 out of 10.
So, would you recommend this to our listeners?
Absolutely fucking not.
I would 10 times out of 10 recommend this. You have to watch it. It's fantastic.
I paid for it, and I am considering asking for my money back. Kind of like the Keanu Reeves movie you guys made me watch, the really crappy one.
River's Edge. That movie's actually pretty critically acclaimed.
It's awful. I would put that over this movie, and that's truly saying something.
All right. Well, we appreciate you watching it. I knew it was going to be fucking hard for you to do because it's not your kind of movie, but we appreciate you doing it, and hope Ellie's doing well. And we'll talk to you guys soon. All right.
Yep. See you next time.
All right. One love.
Bye-bye.
And thank you again for listening to another edition of Real. Well, you know, fuck it. Let's give Calvin a call. Let's see if we can get him. Probably won't. We'll give it a shot. A lot of work in post. I'm actually not going to do it.
You have reached the voicemail box of 816-588-1639. At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
What's up, you little biscuit bitch? You're on Real Buzz Takes. Just calling to see if you... I know you didn't watch the movie, but I was just calling to, check in on you. Anyways, talk to you later. Once again, thank you for listening to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. I am the Real Buzz crew today. Rob, take us out. I have COVID-19.
We are the Real Buzz crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.